Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brittany Cluck, and I'm the daughter of Bob Cluck, and I'm niece of Nancy McIntyre. As my dad has mentioned, Aunt Nancy was such a nice and sweet lady. I sadly didn't get to see her too often, but the few times a year that I would see her, she would come right up to me and say, "Brittany, hi, how are you? How's life, and what's new?" I would fill her in on my life, and she would always offer great support and advice for anything I was going through, and she always wanted to help me through difficult times. She was such a patient listener and was always so incredibly kind and supportive to me. As we were growing up, my brother Braden, my sister Sarah, and I would always look forward to Christmas time because Aunt Nancy would give us advent calendars with little chocolates inside of them. You're supposed to eat one piece of chocolate per day, starting on December 1st until Christmas Day. However, some of us couldn't wait every day and we ate all the chocolates at once. I also had the amazing privilege to go on a few trips with Aunt Nancy, Uncle Spence, and Catherine. We went to Big Sur and had a blast. It was such a great time camping and hiking throughout Big Sur. Aunt Nancy was always so prepared. She had amazing and healthy lunches prepared for us. It was such a great time. In addition to Big Sur, I was also incredibly lucky to go on a Mediterranean cruise with Aunt Nancy, Catherine, Gammy, and I. The cruise took off out of Barcelona, and right before we left, Catherine and I went into a store. We wanted to buy some alcohol to sneak onto the cruise ship so we wouldn't have to pay for drinks. We had already picked it out when we saw Aunt Nancy coming towards us. I'm sure all of you already know this, but Aunt Nancy liked to play by the rules. When we saw her coming over, we quickly hid the bottles behind our backs. After we bought the alcohol, we left the store, and we poured them into water bottles so we wouldn't get caught. We were still very nervous when we were going through security on the cruise ship that we were going to get caught, but luckily we made it through. The cruise had absolutely amazing food. I don't know if all of you know this, but Aunt Nancy loved to try all types of food, and she would often ask for a bite of their meal. I have that, among other things, in common with Aunt Nancy. So on the cruise, both Aunt Nancy and I wanted to try every meal, so we would order every single entree, and then we would all have, because the food was free on the cruise ship, so we would all just buy them all, we would get them all, and then we would have bites of each other's meals. I have been very sad these past few weeks, as Aunt Nancy had been making a big effort to meet me for lunch a few months ago, but I was transitioning into a new job and also moving into a new apartment, so I was busy at the time, but that is never an excuse. We as humans are always wrapped up in our own lives, that we don't take the short amount of time out of our day to meet up and catch up with those that are important to us. We should always make an effort to see someone who is reaching out and someone who we care about, for we never know what may happen tomorrow. Aunt Nancy was such a nice, sweet, caring, and genuine lady. I have so many fond memories of her, and she will be greatly missed.